So guys, I just thought I'd jump on and do a quick video review again of my track saw. And the reason I'm doing this is because of somebody who I follow on TikTok and on YouTube is giving away a track saw, a Rutland, I think it's 40V cordless track saw. And basically what I want to do is show you my track saw first, and the reasons why I bought it as an entry-level track saw for doing what I do. I don't use it as much as I used to do now, but it's a Draper one. I got it from Tool Station. I'll get it out of the van in a minute and we'll talk through it. But Dave at DC Joinery, and we'll pop a link in the description, and it should pop up somewhere above here as well for his YouTube channel, and hopefully when he does the video I'll be able to link it into this one as well, because I don't think he's done the video yet. But I followed him on TikTok and he was asking advice about track saws and things like that. I'm not an expert, but I know when you're working to a budget and you need a tool to do a job, then you've got to shop around and get the best one that you can for the job that you're doing. So that's why I ended up with the Draper one. Now there were two reasons why I bought this Draper. One, it was in stock and I needed it that day, so I'd been messing about the week before looking online, and I mainly go through Screwfix, Tool Station, B&Q, anywhere where I can use my accounts to buy something, so I'm not laying the money out straight away, because I needed it to fit a kitchen. It was an IKEA kitchen. Now the customer, I've worked for him before, and I did a lot of alterations to his previous house, including the kitchen, and he really likes oak worktops, so he bought a load of oak worktops. So a track saw would have been perfect for doing what I needed to do with those worktops. Now since then I've used it for all kinds of things like doors, fitting doors, because it's just brilliant for cutting the bottoms off doors and things like that. So, and also making cupboards out of MDF and what have you, because the track just keeps everything nice, neat and straight. And that's what you want with a track saw. So I'm going to get it out of the van now, hopefully, and if you can hear some noise, there's some workmen working up the road, so bear with me while I get it out of the van, and we'll do a quick review again on it, and we'll go through some of the other ones. So little images might start popping up of different track saws, so I'll put the Rutland one on that Dave's giving away, and like I said, hopefully we'll get that linked into this video, and you could get a chance to win a track saw. I wouldn't mind one myself, actually, a cordless one, but you never know, I might even win that one. But there you go. But yeah, let's get it out of the van now and I'll show you what I got. Like I say, you need to bear with me, there are people working up the road, so they're making a lot of noise at the moment. So this is the track saw in question, and here is the track saw. This needs a bit of a dust off. And I basically leave it all together, because it comes in two parts, does this. So it joins together there. It did come with an Allen key, by the way, and obviously most people know you lose the Allen key anyway, so I don't actually use, if I need to cut anything, even if it's just with this section, I just use the whole section. I don't bother taking it apart. It lives up there in my van here, so I have it racked up here so it keeps it straight up here. It's quite rigid, so it doesn't bend or anything. But this is the track, like I said, and this is the track saw. So this is the Draper. It is a 165mm blade, and obviously it has all the guides on it here for cutting at different depths. So the reason I bought this, like I said in the video previously, is because it was in stock at Tool Station and it was £160. I get 5% off that, so that would be about £7. So it was down to nearly £150. So that's not a bad price to pay for something like that. It has nice rubber grips on it, and obviously it is what it is. It's basic. It does the job though. can't really fault it for that. One of the things I do look at is obviously the motor wattage. So this is 1200 watts, so I wouldn't have gone any lower than 1200 watt on a motor. And it does obviously have all the specifications on the side there, which does help when you're cutting things, because you've got to remember it's sitting in a track when you're cutting. So yeah, that's it. Not a lot other you can say about it. It is it could probably do with a new blade in it. I've done quite a bit of cutting with MDF and plywoods and things like that. One of the reasons when I was looking at this, like I said, is because it was in stock and it was what I wanted to pay. I bought this, but the only downside was, you know, if you wanted to buy the clamps from Draper for this, they're about £60–70 each, and that's not good. You know, that'd push your price up. There are other models, which is what I was looking at. I was looking at an Inhell one, which came with clamps, and they had none in stock. So yeah, I was looking at an Inhell one, or Inhell, which is what I was buying at the time. So I have a grinder here, cordless, I have the batteries here racked up. These are reasonably priced tools. The switch on this is crap, it don't turn off, and I also have a battery operated chop saw. This is brilliant. £70–80, not a lot of money, and obviously I've got all the batteries. The batteries don't come with it, you have to buy the batteries. And then I also have the Inhell cordless vacuum cleaner, so I use that when I'm doing toilet jobs, for sucking the water out of the cisterns. Now I have a DeWalt corded vac, which is a lot better, it's a lot more powerful. I seem to be giving you a full tool review on my van here, and it's a bit of a mess because I've got my plastering gear in here, because I've just done a bit of plastering, and everything's just everywhere at the moment. So going back to the track saw, I did look at McAllister, so I have a McAllister sander here. This is alright, it was £30. The downside of it is the dust extraction attachment kept falling off. It vibrates a lot more than you would think, so, but the good thing was is you could hold it in your hand. It's fairly lightweight, you're not having to put much grip on it, and this has lasted since I've had it, basically about 4 years. It's variable speed, but since then I bought this one, cordless DeWalt one. This was £110. This is a lot better, it doesn't vibrate as much in your hand, it's a lot lighter, and it does the job, does what I need it to do. Only downside is the dust extraction thing. It does have the little bag there, and this is the adapter thing for the dust extractor, which is basically 3D printed. So there you go. So anyway guys, this is, like I said, the Draper DTL 50 SO53. Is that the right one? Anyway, so I thought I'd get back in the van because it's just a little bit windy out there, and like I said, there's a lot of noises going on, so I'm worried that it's going to affect the sound and everything. But I brought the saw in with me into the van. So this, like I said, is the Draper plunge track saw, and you know, like I said, it's actually not bad for £160. Add that to the top, on top of the cost of that, you might as well just buy something that has the clamps with it. I was a little bit anxious about cutting the worktops without the clamps here, but then I just did it. It does have non-slip grips underneath the track. Most of them do have that. Most of the tracks will fit on these anyway. I have found out since that Toolstation do sell the Evolution tracks, so I understand that they do fit. They're all pretty much the same are the tracks, you see, so they're all kind of the same profile for the saw. So you should be all right just buying another tracker. Sometimes you do need longer ones, but that did come with that. Is that a 1.2 meter track, which is brilliant. I mean, just the bottoms of the doors. Like I said, I don't separate it. I just leave it all attached together. One of the problems I did have with a saw when I got it was it used to stop halfway where it was joined. I managed to sort that out by obviously butting it up a bit further and getting it in as close as possible, and it resolved the issue. But it took some doing a little bit. But again, it's what you're paying for it. What's in your budget to buy some of these tools? I don't know. So if you're saying about 200 quid, it's not a lot of money these days, but it is a lot of money when you're just starting up, or it is a lot of money if you was in my situation at that point, where I'd been involved in a court case, not going into too much detail, and it was nothing to do with customers, it was to do with family court and gaining access to my daughter, and it cost £20,000 in legal fees. So you see, a lot of things in your personal life can affect your business life, and this is what happens when you're trying to work. You're trying to get the jobs done, your business is demanding more and more and more and more equipment, and you don't have the money to pay for it. So you have to look at ways of getting the equipment and getting the jobs done to earn the money to pay your bills, pay everything else. That's why I bought this. So now if I was looking for a track saw, I would probably go for something a little bit more expensive. But to be honest, I don't use it as much as I used to do, unless I'm making some sort of unit. I tend to use my DeWalt cordless saw with a track, or the track from this, as a straight edge to get the edges straight, because it's just so much easier using a cordless tool than it is a corded one, because the cord does get in the way sometimes. And again, if you're using dust extraction as well and you're having to connect a hose to it, that can get in your way, and it really slows you down sometimes. But other than that, it's a brilliant saw. I mean, I can't really fault it. Well, I really could fault it, because I've got nothing else to compare with. But I avoided that McAllister one simply because it did look cheap, and I don't think the track was long enough to do what I wanted it to do. So the worktop that I had to cut with this was a 900mm worktop breakfast bar, so the 900mm wide, and this being 1.2mm, you get that little bit of overhang to get the saw across, and I don't think the McAllister one had that capabilities of doing it. And I think the blade as well was a bit dodgy on it as well. Obviously you get blades with them, and that's another thing you've got to remember is you need a decent blade in your track saw. And I've been using the same one. This is why I said it could probably do with a new one now. And you know, obviously I've got to change that, so I think I've got some blades in. I think I've got a blade that'll fit it actually, but we'll try it anyway. You have to get the bore size and everything right before you do. But what I'll do is I'll take that. I'll probably do another video on how to change the blade in it. It also comes with an Allen key in the handle there, which most tools now do have, and that's important because you're always losing them. I tend to look for that in tools now. I think if you're going to supply an Allen key for changing the blades, have somewhere to put it on your tool. It's a bit like the chuck key back in the day, when you had to use a chuck key on your drills and that, and you had to put an elastic band on it and tie it to your cord so that so you won't lose it. But there you go. So anyway guys, go check out Dave at DC Joinery. Go and subscribe to his channel. Hopefully this video will be done by the time this comes out, and you'll be able to enter the competition. Now, you could be watching this a year later. I think there's no competition. That's because the competition's probably ended. But go check out his YouTube channel, and we'll leave a link in the description somewhere for it, for you guys to check it out. But this is me, Handy Andy, of ASM Property Services, signing out for today. Thanks for watching, thanks for subscribing. Don't forget to like the video, and if you want me to do a giveaway, then I need to be up to 5,000 followers, subscribers, by, say, June. Okay? If you want me to do a giveaway, I'll do a giveaway, because I'll use the YouTube money that we're making to do the giveaway. Get some tools and I'll give the tool away. There you go. Deal? Okay. See you later. I'll catch you in another video soon.